Hello folks, I believe this is part 5 of this Center Valley Animal Rescue thread I'm doing in the Michael Allmain case. This is a thread from May of 2019. Please check the title for which part this is. And if you have any questions or want any information, my email is ReverendCrystalCox@gmail.com. What these videos will show is Center Valley Animal Rescue had intent to place a lien on this man's property. It also shows that they were malicious against this man. I believe, in my opinion, they violated his HIPAA rights. The dog apparently has HIPAA rights that were violated. Yeah, it's a thing. And they have aired his personal information, given by who? Jefferson County Humane Society, the police. I don't know all who's involved or how. We will once we get all freedom of information stuff. We know that there's emails coordinating between the different parties on how to get this man's dog, how to get it out of the county so he'll never be around it again. And all of this stuff will eventually be posted on my blog that's in the description of this link, and I will be doing other write-ups to expose this. My mission was to save Michael's life. I'm going to be honest here, okay, because he was not handling this well. And that was my second mission. When I first saw it in the thread at the Port Townsend community page last December, I was like, this man and this dog, as you can see in my first video, because I'd seen him every day and every night, and I knew what they were saying wasn't true. I didn't know anything about his personal life. I knew how he was with his dog and that he didn't abuse or neglect this dog. And I knew that for sure of witnessing it day and night for many years. And not as his friend, just as someone who observed it, which you can see in those videos, those circumstances. And so my original intent was to set the record straight, and something that I had witnessed, to speak up and to give him a voice, but they were painting the opposite side to the truth, and I had witnessed the truth, so it was about me doing the right thing. Okay? And then after he messaged me and thanked me for the video or whatever, so that was our first contact. Then too, it was about helping him to continue to get his dog back and save his life and save the dog. The dog's going to live either way because the do-gooders got him and they runned off with him. But doesn't mean he's happy. He's a wolf hybrid, and he's certainly not happy without his alpha. But was to assist Michael's emotional support dog, which in Washington State, I don't believe you have any legal rights for emotional support dogs. So my bigger issue here is about homeless having dogs, homeless having rights, homeless being able to be seen. The rights of all people who live in Jefferson County and all across Washington and all across the United States of being treated equally, whether they have money or not, whether they live in a home or a car or a tent. And so my mission here now, through the mission of my church, is in raising the consciousness of Mother Earth and all of her people. My issue here is to fix this problem. Okay, the nonprofits are not helping the homeless. They're just, so instead of cleaning up a pile of mud, they're just moving it around. They use the homeless as a commodity. I allege that Center Valley Animal Rescue is extorting this man to steal his dog. That's my allegation. With the support and help of Jefferson County Deputy Prosecutor Melissa Pleimann, with Prosecutor Chris Ashcroft, the City of Port Townsend, Officer Wendy Davis, Jefferson County Humane Society, possibly the Jefferson County Sheriffs, and definitely Center Valley Animal Rescue. And I believe they've all acted in civil conspiracy. If you have or know an attorney that could represent Michael, I'm asking, not him, email me at ReverendCrystalCox@gmail.com. I believe his rights were violated, and I have a lot of evidence to that effect. Okay, this is where we left off in the last video. It was the intent of I'm alleging it was the intent of Center Valley Animal Rescue all along to put a lien on Michael's dog to take his property. This is the second post in this thread that shows that that intent was there. Okay, so we're going to read this thread. Jasmine Brewster Fletcher Glaze says, Sarah, which I believe is the owner or director of the Center Valley Animal Rescue. I'm not certain. Sarah, file a lien against the owner for all of the medical costs involved during his stay with you, and possibly include the Humane Society in the lien as well, or file that your lien takes precedence. Okay, so in order to own the dog or steal the dog, they want to put a lien on the dog for their services. Okay, this man's family, this man's life, okay, it's completely irrelevant to them all. And include the Humane Society, how does that work? What is the relationship between the Humane Society and Center Valley Animal Rescue? What kind of contracts are involved here? Okay, let's see the comments to this. Okay, likely need an attorney and money. I think you can file at the courthouse on your own. Do you know? Some attorney might do it pro bono. The forms are online. You don't need an attorney to file a lien. Okay? This thread to me shows intent to do what they're doing to him now. This thread is from May of 2019. They have his dog again they took last November, I allege holding hostage, won't even tell him where it's at. And now they have an $11,000 lien against the dog, which they'd planned all along. And I allege one of their cronies let the dog out of the yard and then called the police to make it happen. Okay. This, we got some sense. Oh my goodness, someone has a brain. Nick Finelli says, perfect example of mob mentality, without actually knowing any facts about this case. Great local Facebook page. You can find who sells eggs or ruin someone's reputation from a simple post with no facts or evidence stated. Check yourself. Yes, they have defamed this man, and it has harmed his life. This person comes in again. I don't know what's going on with this woman, but I don't think she knows what it's like to be homeless or gets what we go through. She says, why would you support this man? Well, my name is Reverend CrystalCox. I support him thoroughly because I personally witnessed him every day and every night for years. I'm not speculating. I'm not going on hearsay. I'm going by my own eyes, my own heart, my own life experience, what I personally witnessed, not the hearsay of this mob. She also says, in addition to being injured due to carelessness, are you sure? Maybe it was an accident that had nothing to do with him. Maybe someone else shut the door weird and he didn't know. Are you sure it was carelessness? Or is that hearsay? The dog was being starved. Is that the truth? Or is that hearsay? If he was a wolf hybrid and he was underweight because he just left his pack, or there was stress or a change in diet, he starved? Well, ma'am, I witnessed him every day and every night for years feed his dog and water his dog. Saw it myself, saw the dog eat it. Saw the dog at Safeway, saw people giving Michael food for the dog, saw the dog eating food. The dog was not starved. You're lying and you're basing that on hearsay. I have actual firsthand knowledge. Okay, I agree. What about the second dog? There is more than one reason to be concerned about this situation. Any animal lover would be if they bothered to open their eyes. If you can't feed an animal, you shouldn't have it, period. Okay, so they've all went on the assumption that he can't feed the animal. Instead of maybe the dog was stressed out. Maybe the dog had allergies. Maybe the dog was being fed, but it wasn't, but there was other reasons. Okay, I have firsthand knowledge that the dog was being fed and that he could feed his animal, and he did feed his animal. And he had part-time jobs he's talked about. He had some income, and he had some people giving him food. Okay, the issue that you think is there is based on assumptions of this lynch mob mentality thread, and not on any personal facts or witnessing anything. Okay, untreated skin and ear infections. You ever been homeless? That's the least of our worries. So you're saying homeless people shouldn't have dogs. How about any of the folks that live in any of the houses in Port Townsend? Should we go door to door and see if there's any untreated skin and ear infections and take their dog? If someone's living in a tent or living in a car or camper and needs a dog for emotional support, warmth, needs the dog actually to stay alive. They need each other that much in their family. That's more important to you than a skin condition that actually he knew about and was taken care of? Where is the humanity? Okay, Savannah Hensel says, I have not heard anything about this. We'll text you later. Okay, so she's answering Jenna. And Jenna is saying, Jasmine, okay, does Jack know anything about this? Okay, so to me, this shows coordination of how we can place a lien on Michael Allmain's property, of which now is March 2021. I went to an evidentiary hearing yesterday. That's exactly what they've done now, a year or so later. Okay? So this shows intent to do that all along. I don't know who Jack is. I don't know who all these parties are. But they're certainly acting in conspiracy, in my opinion, which is illegal and unethical. And they all need to be sued, in my opinion. Okay, Alicia Artis says, I seen Moses on a daily, and he ate very well. So please check your facts. I also did. Before pretending you know. And there is no other dog for your information. Right, so people made up the other dog. Hearsay, speculation, lynch mob. Mob mentality. Okay. Terry Murphy again says, the fact is he gained 20 much needed pounds while at CVAR. Oh, because he wasn't going to the beach every day. So maybe he's overweight. He's a wolf hybrid. So they know better? They're familiar with wolf hybrids? I mean, you know, what... Was he malnutrition? I mean, just because he gained the pounds, much needed pounds is an opinion and hearsay. So you're willing to ruin this man's life for it? And on and on and on about skin and ear infections. Who fucking cares? Okay, I don't mean to sound callous, but there is a lot of people that live in houses that don't know, that don't even know their dog has a skin condition or an ear infection. Okay? And when they do, they treat it. And Michael, too. Those are not issues to take someone's dog that's homeless. Help him fix the ear infection. What is wrong with you people? These people are definitely monsters in this thread. Tell you what. Just more hearsay. And that's a fact and that's a fact. Those are all hearsay. There's no facts in there. Oh, that he might have gained 20 pounds, but I don't even know if that's true. We don't know that. I mean, did you weigh him when he came in? Did you weigh him when he left? Or is this hearsay? Okay, Alicia says, facts are you more than likely you are having him on some sort of an IV drip and he's not active. Right, they're right. So he's not active. He's on an IV drip. He's not, you know, wolf hybrid should not be fattened up. I mean, you don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, so yeah, he's not active. He's on an IV drip. Very good comment. It's also, of course, he's going to gain weight. And yes, he was tied inside the bed and canopy. That was actually a secured close. So get your facts and quit jumping on the bandwagon to accuse this owner of abuse when he loves that animal more than anything else I've ever seen. And the fact that you're so quick to prosecute instead of getting the facts. Very good comment. Love it. Oop, she's got some more facts. Hearsay. No, he was not on an IV drip. He was being fed 3 times a day and was eating every scrap. He was starving. Oh, so this woman must have had access to the dog, right? Not his owner, not Michael, but she did? Okay. Well, let me tell you, before this, he was also being fed several times a day. I would see him fed morning and night, and I would see him at least half the time at Safeway in the middle of the day eating. So you do not have the right information. You do not have the facts. And we do. We actually know this firsthand. You have witnessed whatever you witnessed. Maybe you were a volunteer at the vet or whatever. But wow, right? A person may love his animal but still not have the capacity to care for them. Okay, so should all homeless people not be allowed to have dogs? Are you going to go door to door in Port Townsend and make sure that everyone's complying? Or you just want to take it from this man who really needs and loves this dog? Okay, and then are you going to pay the $9,000 in medical bills you racked up? That's so funny, right? Someone comes and takes your dog, or your dog gets in an accident and falls out of a truck, and they get the dog, and then they do what they think the dog needs, keep you from it, and then charge you whatever they want, and you have to pay it. Huge medical bills, right? Homeless man's dog. Sick people, people that live in their ivory towers. Alicia, you seem fairly certain this owner is a piece of shit. Do you know him? Have you spoken with him? You persecuted and badmouthed him all over social media. Yeah, and I think that she should be sued for defamation. They all should, in my opinion. And you may, dear, only have one half of a story. Agreed, amen. And have created a mob to crucify a stranger instead of fellowship to better the whole community you represent. What is wrong with the world today. And that is what truly sad and disgusting with this story. Amen, sister. Amen. Amen. Beautiful. And Terry goes on. There's pictures online of the dog when he was brought in. It's so pitiful. He'd been through a traumatic accident. And before that had left his tribe, his pack. Because the man left his home so that his wife and daughter could have it. Okay? He left with his alpha. They were stressed, but they were also very active and hiking and running on the beaches and playing. He was not too thin. And you saw pictures online? Is that speculation? Could you tell what kind of breed it was? Could you tell all the other factors? Or you just want to demonize the man? No one's bad-mouthing anyone here? The hell you aren't. All these folks... not all of them, but there's definitely bad-mouthing. No one's bad-mouthing anyone. Baloney. But if I loved my dog and didn't have the means to care for him properly, I would do the right thing and give him to someone who could. Really? How about if you lived in a tent? How about if you lived in a car? How about if you just lost contact with your daughter, lost your marriage, lost your income? Sad and depressed. Your dog, your family, your companion, which you have every right to have, to own, to love. Your emotional support. You just give them away. That's not love. That's abandonment, really. Certainly not love. Okay, Belinda Herschel. I have pledged to pay his bill as a neighbor. I will not allow him to be further humiliated. Bless you, sister. Amen. Bless you. This is a fundraiser for him at the time. I don't think I don't know if it went anywhere. Okay, Alicia Artist. This Kathy Ostergaard says, that's one heck of a run-on sentence, comma. Maybe you should use grammar check, right? The man may die because he doesn't have his dog. It's life or death for both of them. It's his family. It's his property. His rights have been violated. And this woman comes in as grammar police? Huh. Well, get a life, right? And then this woman, gotta love her, right? She's like, maybe you should replace the comma with a semicolon. She must know actual grammar. I don't really care about grammar. You get your point across. People know they don't know. They don't need to slam you, right? That's too funny. Oh, don't allow this to happen. Keep Rhodey safe. Don't know what that means exactly, but, based on what Center Valley Animal Rescue thinks, yeah. $80 is all they're asking this guy to pay to get his dog back. What the hell? Yeah, it wasn't that easy. You got to find the dog. You got to know what's happening. And you ever been in a car where you're about to freeze to death and you got no food and you got no way to survive, no gas to keep warm? Know how hard it is to come up with $80? Why don't you help him instead of just slamming him? Why didn't the guy go to jail? Yes. Tony Lynn Wright, he should go to jail. Dog had an accident. That guy's a demon. He should be in jail. Why don't you send him straight to hell? These people are monsters. Prayers for the animal. Hey, this guy's an animal, perhaps the love of his life, just got injured. How about some prayers for him? What about starting a petition? Yeah, let's. But for which part? For which party? For which version of the story? actual evidence that like this Alicia person is saying, or I have testified to, or hearsay? How can anyone treat an animal like this? Unbelievable. Hearsay, hearsay. I finally read every comment. My faith in humanity has been broken and burned now. If I was the dog owner, I would be pressing charges for slander. And you bet I would own the Humane Society by the end. The fact that anyone can hear one side and go crazy like this hurts my heart. Angel Erickson, amen, sister. Amen. Bless you. Absolutely. And you know what? They didn't break him. So they're doing it again. Check the description for the latest story. They keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. They want to destroy this man. And you know what? We're not going to let them. We're not going to let them. Thank you. That was a beautiful comment. Is there a way to find the owner's name? Yeah, it's all over the thread. Center Valley Animal Rescue has no respect for any privacy rights for anyone. I don't understand how this isn't a criminal case. How can our government or law enforcement let this man free? Maybe because none of this crap is true. You ever thought of that? I feel so helpless, and it's a domestic violence thing, and people get away with it if they talk right. Well, guess what, sister? He don't talk right. He don't have a voice. No one's listening. And the people that have first-hand knowledge that are standing up for him, there's only a couple of us. And we're not really being heard either. But the unique thing about me is, on the internet, if you check out Obsidian Finance Group versus Cox, I had a high-profile free speech case. I get this stuff. I've fought corruption for years. I've been focusing on my spiritual work. But this is in alignment with my spiritual work. I'm a very good investigative blogger. And so, yes, we will be discussing all parts of all of this. Okay, get a temporary restraining order, lien for vet fees. Some more intent there? Because they're doing it now. Remember, this is a year ago. Now we're in March 2021, and that's what they're doing to them. Okay. Keep calling the prosecutor's office and the commissioners and the sheriff. Call the news stations. And say what? This man's abusing his dog and he's going to get his dog back? One side of the story? Would you like any evidence from people who have the other side of the story? You just want to vilify them. Now, are all of these do-gooders in the community? I don't know. I don't know the wealth or the income of anybody in this thread. I don't know anybody in this thread. I might know one or two. But, so if they're important people, not homeless people, you know, like me and Michael, then they called the prosecutor's office, so Chris Ashcroft and say, Deputy Prosecutor Melissa Pleimann. They answer to the prominent people, right? Not the truth, not the law. And like with the court yesterday, no one would really know what happened. Okay, it just all gets swept in the rug. The homeless have no voice. There's no transparency. There's no one reporting on it. There's no one that gives a crap. Well, in this case, there is. There's me. And I'm making it very, very visible. And I'm going to paint a picture that shows what really happened to this man. And in doing so, I'm going to restore the rights for all homeless and all people who are not heard in this situation. Just because the people who pay the prosecutor's offices big taxes or they've been here forever, they're prominent people, doesn't mean what they're saying is right, true, ethical, or lawful. Okay? So yeah, and believe me, the news stations will be called. And for now, I am the news. Crystal Ursuline says, what is this piece of shit's name? Oh, she's angry. Hearsay. Michael's a piece of shit. No compassion. Another monster here. Right, your dog gets hurt. Life's got you down. Going through a divorce. So much going on. Dog gets injured. You're so sad about it. You're frantic. And then you have the mob after you, calling you all kinds of sick stuff. After what he did, he should be in jail. So I'm homeless. I got a dog and he somehow gets away from me. Gets hurt. I need to be in jail. That's evil. Evil, evil, evil. And yes, the owner, he did claim it was a service dog. He didn't get he didn't have the paperwork for that. There was some laws that changed in Washington within the last couple of years, and during that time he was homeless. Washington laws were more lenient about emotional support animals. Now they're not. But without this, it's common knowledge to anybody with a brain, and there's tons of studies out there where the homeless find home in their dog, find love, find companionship, find very warmth to stay alive. So it is an emotional support animal, of which Michael needs and of which he does not function well without, because of severe depression of things that he's gone through. You folks not supporting a man who's been in your community for 14 years, done construction job, raised a family, pets, been a part of the community, and you just take him out. Very sick indeed. This person, Mary, says, I'm fucking irate. This state does not do enough to protect animals. No worries. They are. They're taking the animals and protecting them. It's people that they don't care about. You're getting your way, okay? This man's getting it. He's taking it. He's nearly killed himself over this. They've had his dog 4 months, hiding it from him, and now they're making the threshold $15,000 to get him back. So good job, Mary. You did a good job there. Not. Oh, you shared it to your personal business page. Well, we shall find out what that is. You went on hearsay. You have defamed this man. You are cussing. You are irate. This is none of your business, and you don't even have the facts. And nobody in this thread seems to be listening to people who have a first-hand testimony. You praying for the guy, you just praying for the dog. Was it cruelty to the animal, or was it an accident? Yeah, it's horrifying. The guy could use some help. Step up. Get the media involved. I'm on it, sister. Don't worry about it. Get a lawyer involved. We will. Don't worry about it. My church will raise the money to have a legal case against this at some point. Michael will not be silenced. He will not be in the dark. He will not be not heard. Okay, animal abuse. Hearsay. Annie Eisenhofer. Instead of calling the Humane Society, please email the board. This will get their attention better than calling their phone number at friendshsgwashington.org. Okay. I will do that. Okay. Then they are tagged the news. They tagged all these people. That'd be funny, right? They all jump on the bandwagon, then they're liable for defamation lawsuits based on a bunch of hearsay and no facts. Okay. Ooh-hoo. Do we have some more intent? A lien. Adam Karp. 605625. I can help. So to me, this also shows intent. Take a separate picture of this one. Excuse my other camera here. I am creating a record of all of the times that they had intent a year ago to do the lien they're doing now, and someone let the dog loose as part of this. So Adam Karp, Ain Morrison, so right now they placed a lien on Michael's dog on his property so that they can keep the dog and neuter the dog and put it somewhere where he will never find it, per their emails for freedom of information with, I think, the city or the county. More on that later. I've seen enough legal cases to know that with the right attorney, all these guys are definitely liable. In my opinion, not giving legal advice, but I have been there, done that. Okay, so Animal Law Offices of Adam Karp. Okay, let me write that down. So, I wonder if he's done the lien. This shows that they had intent to do the lien. Adam P. Karp. Okay, so now, remember, this is May 2019. And now we're at March of 2021. And now they have placed a lien. So they had intent to do this, and they followed through, and they did it. Okay. They're tagging all the news people, just really, really, really convinced that their side is true.